What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning into this video on Elvis is the Man. So in 1972, Elvis performed 4 sold-out shows at Madison Square Garden. Famous. New York, all the critics were there. Elvis hadn't performed there since Ed Sullivan in 1956, 57, so like 15 years earlier. So Elvis performed Bridge Over Troubled Water opening night. This was the only night that he actually performed this particular song in the 4 nights that Elvis was at Madison Square Garden. I have the audience quality recording. It's not that great, but you can hear it. Paul Simon was in the audience that night, and this was the first time, I imagine, he heard Elvis actually perform his song live. Now, I want to tell you his reaction, but, I assume Paul Simon, Simon and Garfunkel, their hit with Bridge Over Troubled Water was 1970. Elvis heard it. He recorded his version and put it on That's the Way It Is. And that was released, I believe, November 1970. Well, I assume Paul Simon heard that, record. But when he saw Elvis perform it live, he was just blown away. So in this video, I want to show you like the Rolling Stone articles that describe exactly what Paul Simon said, his reaction, the audience quality, audio footage of Elvis's performance that Paul Simon reacted to. And later on, I think Paul got a little maybe jealous or something and wanted to pull back his statement, because I think he realized Elvis performs his song better than me, Paul Simon. And Paul Simon starts to say, Elvis, it was a nice version, but he copied mine too much, and it was too gospel churchy, I think he said. Anyway, I made the video. Listen to it. Watch this. Tell me what you think.
Bring those demos over here, would you, please? Once more. Come on. Come on, bring them over, man. Let's go. Okay. Play the new one, the one that just came out. You know which one it is? Yes. Okay. And you don't have to say you love me and Bridge Over Troubled Water. What do I take it? Yeah, we can. What if you would do Bridge Over Troubled Water? See you, when you're feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I would rather know not quite that fast. Oh, when time gets rough.
Bridge Over Troubled Water was Simon & Garfunkel's signature hit, released January 1970. It went to number 1 on 8 different charts, and many singers and songwriters loved the song and later made their own versions. Elvis, the greatest cover artist of all time, really, was moved by these types of powerful ballads, especially in the 1970s. It wasn't long before Elvis brought this song to a live stage. In August 1970, Elvis gave his first version of the song to a Vegas audience. It immediately became a regular in Elvis's live set list, and he performed it all the way up to his first of 4 sold-out shows at Madison Square Garden in the summer of 1972. It just so happened that Paul Simon was also in the audience that opening night, and Elvis performed this song right in front of him. Paul Simon felt a mixture of feelings upon hearing Elvis's extremely powerful and passionate live version. Elvis took the original record of Simon & Garfunkel and he turned it up a few notches, added more of a gospel feel, and really dominated the song. Paul has been quoted as saying that he could not compete with Elvis's version and he might as well give up at that point. Paul also felt a sense of insecurity and inferiority while sitting there looking up at Elvis outperforming him at his own song. So before I get to Elvis's version that night that Paul commented on here, I want to add that Paul Simon also went on to say on the Howard Stern show many years later that Elvis had a great voice, yes, but he was disappointed that Elvis copied his arrangements, meaning he basically did a karaoke version of his song and didn't make it something of his own. But my opinion really is that Elvis felt the songs the way he felt them. Sometimes he would totally transform the song and make it something different. Generally with up-tempo songs that I've noticed, like, for like Tiger Man or Hound Dog, for example. Or sometimes, he would take an up-tempo song and just maybe take it up another notch like he did to Carl Perkins' version of Blue Suede Shoes. But I noticed that when Elvis covered ballads, he generally kept them similar to the original record, but took the vocals up a notch, adding more feeling. I think Paul's initial reaction while hearing it live that night in Madison Square Garden is closer to his real reaction and real feelings of the song and Elvis's performance of the song, and it maybe changed a bit later when he had time to think about it and critique it, maybe out of insecurity, I don't know. But let me know what you think in the comments. Here's Elvis's version that night. It's a very poor audience recording. It's low quality, so you got to turn this up, but it's definitely a good one and similar to the 1972 recordings we're used to.
So years later, Paul Simon goes on Howard Stern and, these shows where they just unload on everything, their whole life history. Paul Simon just kind of surprisingly changes up his tune. Like I said, I don't know if he said this because of maybe some insecurity or he wanted to save face a little later on, but listen to some of the things he said. "I don't like Elvis's version of Bridge Over Troubled Water," Stern said. "Me either," Simon said. "And there's nobody that I liked more than Elvis in 1955-57. So then Howard Stern then plays the version of Bridge Over Troubled Water that Elvis did. And he says something like, too schmaltzy, or I'm guessing just too over the top. And it always kind of annoys me. After Elvis is gone, people like Tom Jones or Paul McCartney, they always want to trash Elvis. Not that he's trashing him, but they always want to change up their tune. When he's alive, he's the greatest. But now that he's dead, he wasn't as good as us. So, Paul McCartney says, "Oh, Elvis sang Bridge Over Troubled too much." Or John Lennon says Elvis died when he got out of the army. I don't appreciate it. So he says, and I quote, "The problem with this is if you left Elvis Presley just to sing the song, he would have been great," Simon explained. "Instead, they virtually copied the Simon and Garfunkel arrangement, which is kind of a dearth of imagination," he said. "I saw him sing it," Simon said. "It was the only time I saw him live, but I didn't like it." Boy, isn't that a change up from what he said earlier. "I saw him at Madison Square Garden, and I was disappointed." Come on. Elvis had no imagination. In my opinion, he took their version, which, it was a hit back in the day. It was number one, and Elvis cranked it up a notch and gave a better version. Even if you look at some live versions that Paul Simon gave in 1974 on his own, it really is more of a gospel feel, and it's almost exactly like Elvis's. So anyway, thanks guys for watching till the end. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of it. Hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know if you like this or not. I'll keep making the videos. Talk to me later. In the comments. Yeah.
Leave your mind like a bridge over troubled